Right guys, Couples Bakeoff, episode 3. This week is bread week. So I've decided to do pizza. Yeah, I think I've tried making a pizza base once in my life. I tried making this deep dish thing and it just didn't work whatsoever. So I'm going to try and do some nice pizzas. I've got a ton of tomatoes out of my garden. I'm going to roast these tomatoes with a bit of olive oil. And they are going to be the base for my sauce. I'm kind of winging the sauce, to be honest. I'm just throwing in a load of tomatoes out of the garden, a little bit of garlic, I always like to half chop my garlic and then lift the garlic clove through the knife and it peels it for you. Right, and I'm just going to chuck them in there. A little bit of sea salt, a little bit of pepper. And I'm going to chuck that in the oven for God knows how long. Oh, it says 2 cups of lukewarm water, 1.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast, 1 cup, 2 cups of warm water, sprinkle of sugar, there's a tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoons of active dry. That seems like a lot. Wow. Sprinkle the yeast on top, 1.5. Plan is I'm going to make 3 pizzas. I'm going to eat one tonight as a test. And then tomorrow night, when we actually judge it, there needs to be a pizza for me and Ash, and then there needs to be a pizza for the kids to eat for dinner. So no pressure, but it's got to be right. So right, I've got to leave that for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I presume I'm adding in the flour. So I will see you in 5 to 10 minutes. Right, it's not been 5 to 10 minutes yet, but because I'm terrible at remembering, I'm going to measure out the flour, 5.25 cups of bread flour. That can be the quarter, 1.25, 2.25, 3.25, 4.25, 5.25. 1.5 teaspoons of salt mixed into the flour. That's 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and then we just need 2 tablespoons of olive oil when I'm ready to mix. I've just seen that I've got to leave the dough for 2 hours. What the fuck am I going to eat tonight? Shit, I'm starving. Tomatoes are roasting away with a bit of garlic and olive oil still. They look good. So, the next thing is to combine the flour with the yeast, which seems to have kind of all fizzed up. It looks good to me. And then just combine it, I guess. There, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's 1. That's 2. You can go there. Alright, that seems to be coming together quite nicely. I think I need to get my hands dirty in a sec.
One eternity later.
Right then, lightly oiled bowl. You've in there. So it's doubled in size. I think I've got to leave it for 2 hours, and also I don't do cling film, like I never have it in. So the closest thing I've got is a bag. Then place a tea towel. And I've actually got to leave it for 2 hours, I think. Right, I've decided I can't wait 2 hours for it to prove, just so I can eat. So I've ordered food. I'm absolutely starving. Apparently I can cold prove the dough. I've just spoke to Ash and she said I can. So I'm going to put the dough in the fridge. I'm just going to roll the dice that the dough is okay. And then tomorrow night I will find out.
Hi guys, African Ash here. I am making garlic knots for our Couples Bakeoff. Obviously this week is bread week. So Dave and I have decided we're going to sort of coordinate a little bit so we can eat together with the kids because they've been missing out quite a lot. So we are doing, I think he's doing pizza and I'm doing garlic knots. So let's get started. Okay, so we need 1.5 cups of bread flour, which I have here, a teaspoon of dry yeast, which I have here, and a teaspoon of salt. I mean, I have Himalayan salt, that'll do. Okay, mix all of those together. Let's do that. 1.5 cups of flour, bread flour, 1 teaspoon of dried yeast, teaspoon of salt. Make a well in the middle and pour in the water plus 1 teaspoon of the olive oil. So we'll do the olive oil first. Teaspoon of olive oil. And 1 cup of water. Mix those together well and then knead for 7 to 10 minutes until the dough is springy.
One eternity later.
Oh my God, that is way too wet. Right, so I have kneaded my dough into a nice and springy sort of texture. The recipe then says to prove it with some oil in a bowl, so let's do that. So, a little drizzle of oil. Ooh. And then my little baster. Do that all the way around. And then pop you in, maybe baste the top. And there we go. Right, so that is my dough ready to prove. We are going to cook at the same time at Dave's so we can have everything for dinner nice and fresh. So I'm going to put this in the fridge to slow down the proving so it doesn't overprove. I'm not very good with bread, so I'm really hoping I don't overprove this. And see how it turns out tomorrow. And see how Dave's turns out as well. See you guys.
Hi guys, Obi Dave here.
African Ash.
Together we are Obi Dave and African Ash.
Yes, we are.
And it is week 3 of Couples Bakeoff Bread Week.
Yes, it is.
You will have already seen us going our separate ways. Ash was at her flat, I was here making our dough.
I mean, mine was uneventful because it was so short.
That's fine, I'm chopping out loads of mine because I was just dithering.
I know.
So we're at the point where we've both got doughs. It's the next day, and we're
Slightly overproved.
Yeah, so is mine. We're going to do it live though, so we're together. Because obviously I'm not going to cook a pizza and then eat it the next day.
No, and I wasn't going to bake really nice garlic knot bread and just not include it with a pizza.
Yeah, precisely. So, what we're going to do, I mean, first.
Oh my God. I have to give up the apron this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Baker of the Week is, of course, Dave with his chocolate chip cookies.
Master Baker.
No, do not try and, no, you Star Baker.
Do I get to wear this now? Will I do the...
If you like, absolutely.
Sweet.
I want it back next week, people. Seriously.
Well, we are going to finish our bakes. Right, so the first thing for me is some of this dough.
This thing for me is to not cut myself, as I always do with knives.
It's kind of hard to judge how much. And I also don't know if, I mean, it's really elasticy, the dough. Is that good?
Yes, very good. It's a sign of lots of gluten.
So first it said, punch out the dough a few times.
Knock all the air out, all the air buckets.
40 miles an hour on the national speed limit road.
I know, right? Like, seriously.
Oh, maybe I should have floured the board before I did that.
No. Oh, well, some people put semolina down, but I suppose a little bit of flour at the bottom will just stop it sticking.
Yeah, you said that they did that on the last Bake-Off, didn't they? And you explained that it... I can't remember what you explained now. But
it's just a really nice tasting flour that you don't have to incorporate with anything, and it's a great way of like lifting the bottom of the pizza up so it doesn't stick to anything, so you get a more thorough cook.
Right, make yourself a nice little ball. I have made in fact you will have seen on the video, I've made the tomato sauce last night. Just roasted some homegrown tomatoes, garlic, olive oil.
I feel like I've gone dead lazy. Like.
Well, I chucked it in the oven and left it for an hour.
I bought a parsley plant.
I've got parsley in the garden.
Oh.
I've not tried any of it because it's just been kind of growing wild for the whole summer.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Well, I've got one in my garden. Well, flat.
You've got more plants than me.
No, I don't. At the moment, since you tore up all the veggies, because obviously it's the end of season.
Yeah.
But no. I would like to have more plants than you, but I do not have the space in my flat. We'd have to build like another 6 of those console tables.
Now, I did one practice pizza for the kids, and it was misshapen, to say the least.
Would you like an idea of how to stretch your dough?
Yes. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. So.
Wait. There you go.
It's not bad. So generally it's better to turn and pull, and you keep pulling and turning, and as it stretches you can start to shape it. It is a little overproven, but that's okay.
Yours is overproven.
I know, mine's terribly overproved, but that's how they seem to do it on all of the things, is they pull and stretch, and then keep stretching out as it goes.
Okay.
And then that should give it that round shape. But I am not a pro. I don't tend to.
No.
I'll start baking aprons mine next week. I'm kidding. Do I just chop parsley?
Yeah, you leave the stems and you take the leaves, and then just dice it.
Take the leaves.
Yeah. You can cook with stems and stuff, but they just become a little bit like sticky.
Okay.
Right.
I say just go for it. Just do what you feel is right. But that's how I was shown at school when I did my cookie classes, the pull and stretch and go around.
It makes sense. I just don't think I'm very good at it. Well, I know I'm not.
Well, I'm not going to be very good at it. I was not excited about Bread Week anyway, so.
Right. I was.
Were you?
Yeah. But I'm going into all of this blindly, so anything, I'm not thinking about how hard it is. I'm just thinking about how much I'd like to eat the food.
That makes sense.
And you've informed me I'm not allowed to use a rolling pin.
It's blasphemy to do that with a pizza. It just...
Oh, I ripped it.
Oh no, you were so close. Right, that is all of that ready. I don't know if it's going to be too hot to touch.
I did say a minute ago I'm going to go rectangular though for the baking tray.
Yeah. Okay, that is my melted butter.
Oh god, got ripped. Proper art form doing this, isn't it?
It really is. Do you know what the pizzerias? That I can't say the name. They are gods with pizza.
Yeah, this is
It's the trick is how to keep it out when it keeps retracting in, and that was the part I always struggled with at school.
Yeah.
No matter how much they explained it, it still stretched back.
I'm not overly happy with this. I think I may. Oh no, I promised you I wouldn't.
You promised me you wouldn't roll it. Well then do it. You know what? Just do it. If that's what you want to do.
Sorry, Italians.
I know, yeah. They're all like cringing in the background. Okay. May I have some of your flour?
Of course.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay. So, if I remember, mine said to split into 9 even balls.
Oh, you're doing a bit of. Are you plaiting it?
And knotting, apparently.
Knotting.
But some of them looked a bit naughty, you know, like innuendo when I looked on the other people's reviews and their pictures. And I was like, I don't know if I want to knot it now. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I do it. These aren't very even, are they? No.
Oh, so elastic.
I know. It's all the gluten. And I suppose as well, we've had it proving longer than normal.
Longer than it should.
Well, no, like I said, pizza, even though your recipe said to prove for two hours, normally the good pizza is cold proof for like 3-4 days.
You know, when people spin it, you have 2 hands inside, don't they?
Yes, and they stretch as they roll, as they throw out. That's why I said, like, if you can't... You're doing a great job, babe.
I'm sorry. It's so hard.
I couldn't imagine. This is why I didn't want to do a pizza and why I hate bread week. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoy watching other people bake bread, but it is not for me. Are these too big? It said 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to shorten these a little bit.
I feel like I should have done this a bit thicker. It's really thin.
Really? But we like a crispy base. A little bit of you can come out there. That is 1, 2, 3.
Right, we're back. My phone ran out of storage space. So.
I am now knotting. Knot. Seriously, knot. There you go. What do you think of my little nuts?
Give me 1 sec. Stuck to the board.
Look at the size of it.
I'm hungry.
Good. So am I.
I wanted little crimped edges on it, you know, for some, you know,
Stuffed crust?
stuffed crust with nothing in it.
I think I've got this knotting down. Still looks weird.
Yeah, this one does. It's so thin. It's just too thin. Right. It is what it is now. It's more like I'm making some sort of pastry.
Like a phyllo pastry.
Yeah.
Okay, some of these are.
What's the sauce? Gotta be very careful with the sauce because my blender seal broke and exploded into it. So I've got to look out for plastic bits.
Oh, tell me.
I've got them out.
I'm sure. I trust you.
They were all quite big.
Oh dear, that was a bad knot. That does not look like a knot. What?
It's just like, I expected so much more from making pizza.
It's not hard work.
I had no idea how hard this actually was, you know.
This is what I kept saying to you. I hate bread week. I'm not looking forward to this challenge. Bread is awful. It's the hardest thing to do in baking is bread, I think. Pastry is laborious, but it's not hard. Whereas bread is really hard and you can never predict how it's going to work out.
I think if I would have proved it for 2 hours last night and then done it straight away, I feel like the base would have been better.
Maybe
But I based that on zero knowledge.
I suppose we find out next year if you decide to do pizza again for bread week.
I'm gonna try making pizza as a regular thing.
Oh really?
I've enjoyed it. It's just I'm not very good at it.
Oh, I didn't enjoy any of this.
Really?
I hate bread. It is so unpredictable, and I know that I've put all this work in, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out.
I even watched the Netflix program last night about the best pizza in America and the guy that makes it.
Oh really? Who
Yeah.
is he?
And I was like, I don't know the guy. He's a New Yorker, but he lives somewhere like quite obscure. I can't remember now. You know, like in the desert. I think he's in.
Desert in New York?
No, I think he's in Arizona or somewhere.
Oh right, okay. So his best pizza's in New York, but he lives in Arizona.
No, he's from New York. But he left New York, but he's like a proper New Yorker. You know, to hear his accent and stuff.
Here you go. You think of my little nuts.
Nice.
Is this my baking tray?
It doesn't fit in the oven.
No. What am I gonna get to bake off?
See if there's anything in that cupboard.
Okay.
I didn't think that far ahead.
I mean, there's a roasting tray.
Use whatever you want that's in
Will a
there.
roasting tray fit? Or do you know what? I could
All that stuff fits.
I'll
Tender.
do this. Look at my crazy nuts. Don't they look naughty?
They look pretty cool actually. You've done a good job there.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think of just really naughty things when I look at them.
You think of really naughty things
All the time. I do.
So do I.
Mine are ready and going in.
Wow, they look good.
Thanks. I hope they come out as good as
Yeah,
I hope.
I want them to rise and turn out good.
Yeah, put them on the bottom while the oven's still so hot. Oof. And set. Do you need more flour?
No, alright.
The sauce actually looks really nice.
Yeah, it's sort of darkened up a little bit on the test pizza.
Yeah.
Because now I'm at the point where I could do too much.
You could do too much.
I should probably just leave it as it is, but now I'm looking at these chipotle chili flakes.
I love chipotle.
Right, if this bake's alright, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be nice. But it's all a big question of, is it too thin? Right.
Oh, I'm scared now. Because
Am I allowed to open the oven?
yeah, just do it. Just do it real quick.
They look like they're rising a bit. We will join you again in 5-10 minutes
Yeah.
for the final product.
Hell yeah. Smells great. Should have read the instructions. That
Yeah.
looks great. Smells so good with that chorizo oil. Mmm. So what spices did you put on, babe?
I just put chipotle flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was soggy. Have we ended too soon? That looked... That could be just the weight of the cheese. You don't know. Ooh.
Feels alright. I think it's just a very thin pizza.
Yeah, it is super thin. We'll find out when you cut it if it's still doughy. But it looks alright.
I think it's good.
I think it's okay. Bread is hard.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a bit floppy, but I don't think it's like raw floppy, if that makes sense.
You know, I can't tell. It's so thin, it's hard to tell. But
Yeah.
I would believe you that it's cooked because it looks like it's cooked.
I've just made it too thin, so I think we go for side pieces to
do the try.
to start off.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm so hungry. Go to this end. Cheers.
The base is cooked.
Then let's do it. It's just very thin, isn't it? It's going to be roasting hot. So much oil. It's really nice though.
I put olive oil on it and then chorizo covered
Yeah.
in olive oil.
I think it's loads, too much oil.
Too much oil, right.
But it does taste very nice. It's got a lovely flavour. I can't really say much about the base. There's not a lot of it. But it's nice.
That's because we've gone for a side piece there.
Mm.
I'm happy with that.
You should be. Bread's really hard. You've done a great job.
If I ordered a pizza and got that, I'd be quite happy.
Well, I'd want more base. But it is really well done, considering how hard it is.
I think that's...
I think you've done well.
It
I
just
think
needed to
yeah.
be a thicker base.
The toppings are great. I do think maybe too much oil.
Yeah, I agree.
But otherwise, you've done a really good job. Like, pizza, bread is hard. I was not looking forward to this week, so I think you've done really, really well, babe. No, seriously. You should be dead proud.
I am. I like it. That's the thing. I will eat that.
Oh.
I'll just next time I need to do it thicker.
Well, this is our dinner, so we are eating this tonight.
I know.
I don't know. They're definitely cooked. They've got a nice crust. They're just not browned, I think. I think because I put the garlic butter on before doing a pre-bake. I think the idea is to do 10 minutes, get them brown, then put the garlic butter all over it.
They look good.
Thanks.
I think they look.
They've got a crust
They
on
look good
them.
to me.
Let me see that there. Oh, don't burn yourself.
I should have got a bread knife rather than a steak knife.
I don't know. That still looks kind of doughy.
A little bit.
Do you think it's hot. I don't know. Should I put them back in for a bit? Maybe it's because the butter. Maybe that's why it's...
Yeah, I think it's turned it more into a pastry.
It has.
Because it's so buttery, so I
Yeah.
don't think you can get it.
Anything better. I think you're absolutely right. It's because I put the butter on too soon.
Yeah, it's like it's flaky and like a pastry.
Yeah.
It looks good though.
I've completely ruined it. I mean, it looks like bread there. It looks like proper bread there. And it tastes like bread. I just put the butter on too early.
That's just good. I like that.
Really?
I
mean, it tastes like bread. I can do better. I hate bread.
If they got plonked on your table at an Italian restaurant as pre-meal, like the breadsticks sort of thing, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah? You can see a little bit of the doughiness. I think that is me adding the butter too soon.
I think that's absorbed the garlic butter.
It has.
Because it don't feel doughy, it's just condensed.
It's got a nice crust to it. It is cooked. It does taste like baked bread. I just was stupid and put garlic butter on before, so the recipe said bake for 10 minutes, then add the garlic butter. So, and I just went garlic butter in the oven. But that's quite nice, actually, the way that tastes.
For me, I think I'd be pretty tough to decide which is better for me personally.
No, I know.
These are really nice. I really like the pizza.
I do.
Both got flaws a little bit. Like you should have put the garlic butter on second.
Yeah, but look at that nice crispy bottom.
Yeah. And I should have made that a little bit thicker and less oil.
But
I'm happy with this.
I know, right? But that dipped in the butter, in the oil, I bet is amazing.
Oh.
Right? Oh my god, that's made it.
So together we've just made really nice food.
Really nice food. Not good bread makers, but we've made a nice tasty dinner.
Are we allowed to draw?
Yeah, I'm happy for us to draw.
I suppose it's down to you lot.
Definitely.
So we'll sign off because we need to eat. It's getting late.
Kid needs to go to bed.
Yeah. So cheers for that one, guys. If we haven't put out a poll, it's because we don't have that feature yet. So vote in the comment section.
I mean, it lied to us. It said after 500 subscribers we could use the poll.
It takes up to a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheers for that one. We'll see you on the next one, and I think you'll have to vote in the comment section. I think you'll have to vote in the comment section for this one. So yeah, and it'll be a poll next time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and it's a tough one this week.
Yeah, really tough one. But bread week was tough anyway.
Yeah.
So
cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.